Hello, this is introductions to the Hornbird centralized management platform. So the centralized management platform combines and integrate all the devices we installed in the uh, on the site, whether it is a manufacturing or construction site or mining. We use it to collate all the data and visualize them into this centralized management platform. So I will introduce to you how we utilize this centralized management platform or CMP. So if you notice, there is a customer. We usually add customers here. When you click it, I'm not going to show it because this is an internal uh, link as well as the project and admin creation. So this tree I'm not going to show in this video. However, we start on this weather page. It is linked to the Hong Kong Observatory. So any data there are fed into this page in real time. So for example, the heat index is 20.9, air temperature 25, RH is 72, and the time. The other one is we have a smartwatch that is linked into this CMP. So if you click this one, it will expand to the smartwatch platform. So where you can define the users, and the users you can pick who was your client or customers. We can pick some, for an example. Um, in this case, we're using the SFK as an example. And alerts are here. So the alerts would have different kinds of alerts that has been defined under the smart site safety system criteria. So we have offline alerts as well as we have uh, inactive alerts or SOS or need help or a high fever or extremely elevated heart rates, which we call a CFS. All right. And here you can see the device status of the watch, or you can see if it is offline or online. Now, most of them are offline because it's evening time. You can browse into online or offline here and you can click OK. Then you can see which one is online. Right now, there is no online. If you click here, and basically there's no offline. The other one is the alert history. You can follow the alerts. If there are alerts, click it and it will be displayed here. The health tracker, you can follow the uh, basically if there are data and the people are using it, you can see here number of health data like the blood pressure, which is not a medical grade, medical FDA approved. It's for only for reference only. The other one is the heart rate, blood oxygen, body temperature, and the number of steps taken during the working hours. And you can as well monitor the battery level. If there are data, for instance, let me check uh, some of this one. So today, for example, this one has data today. Um, and as well as I think here you can see the data as well during the day. So it really depends on who is online at that moment or not. The map, you can uh, view the map here and the dates where it is located, and as well as the time, which site group there are, and whether it is a GPS location. And in this map, there are a number of features like add zone. You can add a zone or you can set a map center. For example, this is your site or construction site. Once you click this set map center and you click save, and it would be saved. Every time you open the map, it would display this part of the map. As well as you can create a restricted zone or attendant zone. you can do so by just clicking Add Zone. You can uh, name the zone, and you can select whether it's a restricted or a working zone. Before you click Save, you can draw the map of your restricted zone. For example, this one is your chosen restricted zone. You can actually draw it here, and you can draw your uh, restricted zone, uh, and then you can close it, something like that. So once you put a name or whatever you like to put a name here, maybe a restricted zone number one, the moment you click save, this will be saved into your project. So if people go inside this restricted zone, it would be recorded that that person enters the restricted zone on this particular time. Okay, and I'm going to save it now. Same styles with the working zone. If you click the working zone, you can as well do that. You can save a name of the working zone. The moment you click save, anyone entering the working zone would be recorded in the attendance for the day. Okay. The attendance is what you had recorded there on the map. Uh, if anyone entered that particular zone, you can actually record it here and monitor. You can save them in an Excel file. You can monitor them on certain durations, like past 7 days. Uh, then you can generate data, and then you can see their attendance as well. You can export them in an Excel file. The zone map is a using not the GPS, but we use a different technology such as the Bluetooth Low Energy or BLE. In this case, for example, we have this kind of map that you can import, which is a layout, and you see this blue line here are the BLE tags. So right now there's no people there, but if there are, you can see here, this will be populated here with the watch users, their identification number, their names, what time they got in there, in that particular location. So you can track their locations in a given time. The zone attendance is related to the zone map. So whoever entered this, for example, one user is here on a particular day or time, it would be recorded in the zone attendance. It's here. So all and generate. All right, so it's here. The longer you go, of course, it takes a little bit time to populate the data. In this case, you can also assign the BLE tags. If you have so many different kinds of BLE tags, you can select. So you would know who are the users in present in that particular tags. Okay. All right. So next is messaging. Now the watch is equipped with a messaging. That means if you you can type here any message you like. You can do it in Chinese or in German or in English. But once you're done typing, if you want to send only to this particular user, you can just click submit. Then that particular message will be submitted. Now, if you want to submit to all the users in this project, you can just click apply to all users. Then the moment you click save or submit, this message would appear in the smartwatch. All right. And it also is equipped with an audio messaging. You can record what kind of message you like. You can click here record and you can start recording. Once you record them, you can send that file. For example, there's a test or hello or test, whatever you had recorded here, you can actually submit it to all the users. You can either do that on individually or in a group or to everybody in the project. The settings page is where you configure the watch. So, for example, you would like to use an SOS calling number. because the watch is equipped with an SOS button. If you press that SOS button, it will dial this number. All right. And you can actually change the number here. There are two. SOS number one is the primary number. When you press the button, it will going to dial this number. And if this person is not answering, it will dial the next one. And if you click submit, it will save these settings to this particular user. And if you click save all or apply to all users, and you click submit, it will apply to everybody in this project. The working mode is the interval on how the watch would communicate with the GPS. And in this instance, we usually use as a default a 1 minute interval of communicating or receiving the GPS data. Of course, you can customize it, but we recommend to use 1 minute. So the watch is equipped with a fold down or a fold down sensor. That means if the user experiences a falling motion, it will send an alert. It will dial the SOS number, which you recorded here, and it will inform that this person has fallen and that he needs an emergency help. Hold down sensitivity, we have three levels, I mean. It has high sensitivity, medium, as well as low sensitivity. This is to prevent the false alert that the particular users would experience. The heart rate you can also define the interval, how quick the uh, heart rate data would be fed into the platform. So this is a 30 minutes interval. You can actually do it like 5 minutes or 1 minute. It's up to your requirement. As well as the body temperature, you can also do the same. You can change the temperature interval, how much time interval it would feed the data into the platform. Here you can query the real-time locations. If it is outdoor, you can submit and you can click the map and find their exact location. You can test the heart rate if you want to test it. Actually, it's feeding in a regular interval, but if you want to test it right in real time, you just click this one. Same thing with the test blood pressure, test temperature. Now, some of our models, it has a Wi-Fi connectivity. That means if there is no 4G or signal, then you can actually shift to a Wi-Fi, especially if it is in a confined space or a tunnel where there's no 4G service. Then you can use a Wi-Fi service in order for the watch to connect to the internet. And so it can feed data to the platform. This is the SSID credential. You can actually use this one with a password. And again, if you click apply to all users and submit, this SSID settings will apply to everybody. All right. The rest are for internal super admin that I'm not going to discuss in this tutorial. So much for this. I'm going to close the watch page. And in this centralized management platform, also including the side camera. So this is a camera that monitors whether the workers are following some safety rules. For instance, wearing the proper PPE, personal protective equipment, or whether they are smoking or climbing without a ladder. Those can be captured by artificial intelligence technology. In this instance, we have the site camera. Um, so we have a number of site cameras that we had included. You can actually add more here. Then you can get the camera serial number. You can assign a camera number, and you can name it whether it is a PPE or a crane. Then you can select your project and save. So I'm not going to do that now. We have a number of cameras already in place. Now, the site data dashboard is where you can actually monitor the site cameras that you had uh, deployed into your construction site or your manufacturing site. You can monitor them in real time, and you can see whether if there are workers here without a helmet, it will be counted here. How many people are not wearing helmets? How many people are not wearing reflective vests? And you can add more uh, uh, AI recognitions, unsafe acts recognition in this platform. All right. So in this case, our client only requested two categories. All right. You can check also the alerts. For instance, here, detection alarm. If you click the details, you will see no helmet on 1749. Uh, so that is what it is. You can also see here the time the incident occurred. So this is recorded into our database for future reference. As well as the alert is also recorded here, and then you can actually see here the interval. I mean the interval of how much data you would like to investigate, and then you can export this into an Excel file. So this is about the side camera. The other one is a crane camera, where to monitor if there are workers intruding into the fatal zone of an operational crane or an excavator. So in this case, you can add a, a camera into the platform, um, and also you can monitor the crane alerts here. In this instance, for example, there's an alert here. If you click the details, you can see person actually intruding into the fatal zone area. Okay. And similarly, this guy also has intruded into the fatal zone area. So something like that, once they intrude, you can capture them. And as well as the historical, so this one, you can actually capture them, something like that. So if they had intruded into the area, then you can capture the image. All right. And the last one is the indoor air quality or confined space sensor. In this case, you can add sensors. In this project, you have two kinds of sensors and alerts level as well. You can monitor it here. So in this case, it's offline because it's already evening time. So you can actually click the details. It is offline on May 5, 1242. Okay. And also here is offline. You can also click the details of that. Now the alert history, you can also click it here. Since it's offline, there is no alert history here. But if you go back, maybe there are certain alerts. I'm not sure if within the 30 days or so, so offline alert, then you can actually monitor them if there are alerts. Okay. IAQ threshold, you can define the threshold of your different gases. Here, for instance, the oxygen, the maximum level, and then the minimum level. The maximum level, if in the confined space, a fire hazard would be increased if you uh, uh, exceeded 23.5 ppm of oxygen. And if it is very low, 19.5 less, then it is also very harmful to the occupants inside the confined space. And then the IAQ tracker right now it is off. Usually you can monitor it here. And this technology or platform goes with a mobile app that the users will bring with them. So if there are alerts, the apps would trigger in real time that there are certain gases here that has surpassed the threshold and that they have to do according to the procedure. Either they evacuate or provide more fresh air into the system. All right, we reached the end of the presentation. Thank you very much for listening. Bye bye for now.